Hello friends, welcome back to Shay Plans It All. This is my February manga journal or manga log setup. Today we are doing a theme based around Yona of the Dawn, which is one of my favorites, but let's quickly flip through my January spreads as some of you are curious as to how these turn out as things go on. So this is kind of how it looks once it's all filled in, and I do have my little stats page here at the end. So with that said, let's set up the Yona of the Dawn spread featuring these beautiful Sakura cherry blossom stickers from Ikigai Papier, which is Mochi Bujo's sticker shop. I really love the quality of these. They turned out really lovely and they were just so beautiful and just made this theme come together in a way that I am just not capable of, as I do not have the artistic chops to really make it work. So I am really grateful for those in the journaling community who have these beautiful art talent and skills that I can support and share. So Hedda is wonderful. I have been following her content for years now, so I will leave her linked down below. If you are not following her, you definitely should be, as she is one of my favorite journaling creators. Her reading journals are always an inspiration, and her regular journals are equally beautiful. So I've made things pretty simple here. The stickers are the main star of the show between these Ikigai Papier ones and the ones from Redbubble like I used last month. And then I just did the February stamp that you'll see coming up that didn't turn out how I hoped. This is from the stamp block from Riley Autumn. I put the marker on wrong. This is not a stamp problem. This is a user error, so do know that going in. But here's the block. Yeah, I used it in my reading journal in January, and it worked out just fine. So I know this is a user error issue, not a block issue. So I am just really happy to have so many people I can support in the community, as I said before. Let me tell you a little bit about Yona of the Dawn. Yona of the Dawn is our theme this month. Yona of the Dawn is a shoujo manga in which we are following 16-year-old Yona. On her 16th birthday, her father is murdered by the love of her life. And so she is now on the run with the captain of the guard, Hawk, and they gather up a ragtag team of guys, and they are on their way to making the kingdom a better place. It doesn't always start out as that. Our big bad is still very present and is not as much of a big bad as you think as the series goes on. That's about all I'll say without spoiling things, other than I absolutely adore the characters. Yona and Hawk are totally endgame at this point, and I love them. But I really appreciate this mangaka and the beautiful, beautiful art that they create throughout the series. This is a very much political shoujo fantasy, which is not everybody's cup of tea, but is definitely one of my favorite things. Moving on to the next spread here, we are setting up my spread where I track what I'm hauling. So this year I'm not only tracking the titles, I am also tracking the cost, as I am trying to be within a particular budget for my spending this year. I talk about that more over on my book channel, which is always linked down below. So this sticker here is one of my favorites on Redbubble. This is Hawk along with I would call these the Black Dragon and the Happy Hungry Bunch -1. And I just really love our cast of characters in this series. It is one of my favorites. And this is one of those things where if you have not read any shoujo manga, I highly recommend trying this one out. The first volume will catch your attention, but some of the characters might rub you the wrong way. But I promise, give them time. They are completely different characters within a couple of volumes, and a lot of the things that were bothering you are no longer an issue as you continue the series. So please give Yona of the Dawn a chance. If you haven't, I could stand here and tell you all day to do that. But again, I've kept this setup really simple. At work, I'm going through some changes. My company is opening a new store closer to me, so I am going to be opening up a new store, and that's really exciting and nerve-wracking, but at the same time, also very time consuming. So I kept my setup simple this month just to make sure that I could just enjoy when I open it up and know that it's ready to go and I don't have to think too hard about anything. That is a big thing with my journaling that I'm not sure I've had an opportunity to really share with you, is I do try to keep things relatively simple. I am a busy woman. Not only do I have 2 YouTube channels, I also work full time, and so this makes that it makes it easier for me to lose track of time and lose track of things and drop the ball. But I am very happy with simple setups so that when I open my journals, they are beautiful and I love them. So moving on to this next one, this is where I start setting up my reads for the month. So when these are all filled in, as you saw, I just print out a picture of the volume. I write the demographic that it's in. That's essentially like the target audience and the star rating. I keep it pretty simple. I do track the major data in a big spreadsheet so that I can just kind of easily write things in at the end of the month. But I do like to have the visual representation of my reads. It's something I've done for years now, and it just makes my heart so happy. So while I set up these last couple, I'm just going to let the music speak to you and just let you enjoy watching me put all these beautiful stickers Hedda made on these spreads, as well as the fun Redbubble ones. This particular one is just adorable, and I love it so much because it's so their personalities. I just love it. And here is the final flip through. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are here just because you love me, leave me a cherry blossom emoji, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!